Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90-Day Fiancé's David Toborowsky suddenly leaves Annie and baby in Thailand for surprising adventure. David Toborowsky from 90-Day Fiancé has left Thailand, leaving Annie Soin and their baby behind as he embarks on an unexpected journey to another country. David and Annie first met in Thailand and got engaged just days after they began dating. They officially tied the knot in 90-Day Fiancé Season 5 and started their marriage, facing financial hardships and an uncomfortable living situation. However, over the past 5 years, David and Annie have made significant strides in their careers. They now have a home in Arizona and recently welcomed their daughter, Minthaira, through an IVF procedure. Despite being in his late 50s, David has been enjoying fatherhood to his 3-month-old daughter. However, he has recently had to leave his family in Thailand to attend to matters concerning his daughter. David posted a picture from inside the airplane as he began his journey to the Philippines. He wrote, heading to Manila to get Minthaira's social security number at the U.S. Embassy. David also mentioned plans to meet his old friend, Gary from the U.S. Annie and baby Minthaira were noticeably absent from the picture, suggesting David had to make this trip on his own. In July 2024, David and Annie shared the news of their upcoming arrival, Minthaira, moving from Arizona, USA, to Pattaya, Thailand, seemed like the ideal decision for their daughter's dual citizenship. However, by April 2025, Minthaira had already obtained her American citizenship. Despite this, the couple has chosen to stay in Thailand, suggesting that their return to America may not be on the horizon. Their focus has shifted to buying land in Thailand for a farm and selling their condos to make this dream a reality. However, their daughter's future in the U.S. remains unaffected by their new passion project. David is securing his daughter's official documents, such as her social security number, to ensure her future in the United States. These documents may be necessary for Americans to access legal, financial, and healthcare services. Despite previous accusations of being an irresponsible father, David's recent actions indicate that he takes his role as a father very seriously. He is committed to providing his daughter with a bright future, ensuring that her rights and benefits are properly established and protected. David is taking responsibility as a father, even if it means being away from his family for some time. Even though David and Annie have been living in Thailand for more than 6 months, they aren't ready to completely sever ties with America. They want to maintain a connection with the U.S. while living abroad and ensure that their daughter is also connected. They may want to keep access to American services and haven't yet decided if Thailand will become their permanent new home. The fact that David flew to Manila to secure Minthaira's social security number suggests that the 90-Day Fiancé couple does consider America their second home. Life is rarely predictable when it comes to the 90-Day Fiancé universe, and longtime fan favorites David Toborowsky and Annie Soin have proven that again. Just when viewers thought their lives had settled into domestic bliss in Thailand following the birth of their first child, David shocked fans and Annie by suddenly packing his bags and leaving her and their baby behind for what he called a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. The decision, which has stirred both curiosity and controversy, seems straight out of the reality TV playbook. But according to insiders close to the couple, this move was far from scripted drama. It was David's heartfelt attempt to reconnect with his identity after becoming a father later in life. A family in transition. David and Annie welcomed their long-awaited baby earlier this year, an event that had their fans across the world rejoicing. For years, the couple had openly discussed their struggles with fertility, leaving many to wonder whether children would ever be part of their love story. When Annie gave birth in her hometown in Thailand, David's joy was unmistakable. He proudly shared photos of himself holding their newborn, beaming from ear to ear. But behind the Instagram smiles, friends say David was grappling with a whirlwind of emotions. Becoming a father at 55 brought immense joy, but also a deep sense of pressure. He wanted to provide Annie and the baby with everything, but he also worried about his ability to keep up physically, emotionally, and financially. He was ecstatic, but also overwhelmed, one friend revealed. David has lived a lot of life already, and suddenly he's starting over with diapers and sleepless nights. The unexpected goodbye. According to those close to the couple, David's decision to leave wasn't abrupt to him. It was something he had mulled over quietly for weeks. He felt torn between staying in Thailand full-time, immersing himself in fatherhood, and pursuing an opportunity that had recently come knocking. That opportunity, a teaching and cultural exchange program in Japan, where David had been invited to give lectures on American culture, international relationships, and even reality television fame. It was an offer that tapped into his old skills. David had once taught English as a second language before starring on TLC, and sparked something inside him he hadn't felt in years, a sense of professional purpose. After putting their baby down to sleep, David sat Annie down at the kitchen table. With tears in his eyes, he explained that he felt he had to go. "I need to do this for me," he told her, according to an insider. "Not forever, just for a while. I'll come back stronger, and I'll be a better husband and father." Annie, shocked and emotional, reportedly asked him how she was supposed to manage raising their baby alone in Thailand while he traveled abroad. But ultimately, she knew this wasn't about her. David needed to rediscover himself, and Annie, ever the supportive partner, reluctantly agreed to let him go. Fans react with shock. When news broke that David had boarded a plane without Annie or their child, the 90-Day Fiancé fandom lit up with speculation. Some accused him of abandoning his responsibilities, while others praised him for chasing personal growth that could ultimately benefit his family. On social media, one fan wrote, "I love David, but leaving Annie and the baby feels selfish. They need him there right now." Another countered, "Sometimes you have to take care of yourself to take care of others. If David comes back refreshed and fulfilled, his family will benefit too." A journey of self-discovery. In Japan, David has embraced his adventure wholeheartedly. He's been photographed exploring Tokyo's bustling streets, enjoying ramen at late-night eateries, and even donning traditional attire at a cultural festival. But more importantly, he's been stepping into classrooms filled with eager students who see him not as a reality TV star, but as a teacher and mentor. In one heartfelt Instagram video, David shared, "I love my family more than anything in the world, but I also believe in leading by example. I want my child to grow up seeing that it's never too late to chase new dreams, to keep learning, and to step out of your comfort zone. That's why I'm here. For Annie, for our baby, and for myself." Annie holds down the fort. Back in Thailand, Annie has shown remarkable strength. She's leaned on her family, who have rallied around her to help care for the baby. Fans have spotted her at local markets and temples, smiling with her child strapped to her chest. She's even continued filming light-hearted cooking videos, proving that her resilient spirit remains intact. Yet, those close to Annie admit she misses David terribly. She calls him every night, a source shared. They video chat so he can see the baby. She tries to be supportive, but it's hard not to feel lonely. What this means for their marriage. While some fans worry this separation signals cracks in their marriage, insiders insist that's not the case. David and Annie's bond has always been built on mutual respect and resilience. They've weathered cultural differences, financial struggles, and public scrutiny. This new chapter, while unconventional, may actually strengthen their partnership. They've always supported each other's dreams, the insider explained. When Annie wanted to pursue cooking classes and launch her own brand, David was all in. Now it's her turn to support him. They're not breaking up. They're just redefining what family looks like for them right now. A cliffhanger for TLC cameras. Unsurprisingly, TLC cameras have reportedly been following David's journey closely. Producers know that fans are hungry for updates, and his solo adventure is the kind of unexpected twist that keeps the 90-Day Fiancé franchise compelling. Viewers can expect to see Annie's candid reactions, David's struggles and triumphs abroad, and the couple's ongoing attempts to balance love, parenting, and personal growth. Looking ahead, David has promised he won't be gone long. He's reportedly committed to a 3-month stint in Japan before returning to Thailand to reunite with Annie and the baby. Whether this adventure will spark more opportunities abroad or simply serve as a temporary reset remains to be seen. What's clear is that David's decision, while controversial, comes from a place of love and hope. He wants to show his child that life doesn't end when you become a parent, even later in life. And he wants to prove that chasing new experiences doesn't mean abandoning family. It can mean enriching it. As Annie cradles their baby in Thailand and David teaches halfway across Asia, their story continues to unfold in ways no one could have predicted. For 90 Day Fiancé fans, it's another reminder that love stories are never neat or linear. They're messy, complicated, and above all real. And when David finally steps off that plane to hold Annie and their baby in his arms again, fans will be watching, waiting, and cheering them on.